And yes, now we need to assess. They already know the starting 11 for tomorrow, but I think I'm going to make public. But yes, I think all arrive in a normal condition, and now it's the decision to pick the starting 11. Already picked the starting 11, but I will give to you tomorrow before the game.
What chance Nkunku, Lavia, Colwill being in the squad?
Colwill, yes, Colwill is going to be on the squad, but Lavia and Nkunku are still out.
Any time frame for them?
No, it's difficult to say because we need to assess them day by day. They are in a good condition because they are Nkunku a little bit ahead of Lavia, Romeo. Was doing things with the group last week, but still not, full recovery to be part of the squad.
And there were pictures of Wesley Fofana back on the grass as well.
Yeah, it was nice to see him to run on the grass and touch the grass. I think, yes, for him, some massive motivation to be there, and I think for us also to see him after a long time out of the pitch, and I think it's good that he started to feel the grass.
On the one hand, you've had this break and some of the players are getting closer to returning to the squad, but also you had that big win against Spurs, the amazing draw against Manchester City as well. Did the break come at a bad time because of the momentum you were building?
I think so, yes, I agree. It was in a bad time, but I think we are going to try to keep the momentum. I think we have ahead an amazing game against Newcastle, a very good team, and it's going to be tough because the atmosphere of the St. James Park is always amazing. And yes, we are going to try to keep the momentum. It's true that already in a moment that we were building, our way to play, and then the result were in our side. But I am a person that believes that we can keep the momentum even if 2 weeks with no competition.
It is Newcastle next, you mentioned them. Was there ever a chance that it could have been Mauricio Pochettino in the home dugout?
No, you asked me in the past.
Yeah.
No, never was a possibility.
There
no.
was like you were favourites for the job a few years ago.
Yeah, but no one contacted me.
Just final one from me. On how you've reflected on how this season has gone for you so far, it's kind of a difficult, inconsistent start. Do you feel now that you are getting the best out of your players and looking forward to a run of games with no international break now until March?
Yeah, I think for us it's a good time ahead. I think because we love to work and we need to work all together and spend time together, on and off the pitch. And I think it's going to be an important period for us. I think to settle even more our principles and ideas. I think yes, we were not consistent in this first period of the competition. I think it was a thing that we were talking today all together on our meeting. I think try to find why, and I think we were very good against teams or clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool, or the top flight, and then we struggle, to compete with teams that a priori maybe have less quality than us and maybe play in a different way. I think that is part of the process because we are a young team. That doesn't mean that we are young. It's a young team that we start to work 4 months ago, and that is about to be more mature. We were talking about that we need to be more patient. We cannot get frustrated so soon when that thing doesn't work, or when we not create the chances, or we not score goals. I think that happened because it's the expectation, because Chelsea is always, outside talking about the type of amount that invests, and amazing player, expensive player, score goal, winning games, and that expectation maybe creates some, nervous when you play a team that maybe is less less quality than you, and maybe you start to take rash decision, not the best decision on the pitch, get frustrated, start sometimes to give up because, or you want to do the job of your teammate, and that is about to be more mature and time together. I think that is one of the points that I think we are going to improve with time, and now is a good moment ahead to stay all together and work in this area, more than tactical or physical. I think it's more about to be more mature like a team. One example is Brentford again, Liverpool again Brentford, or Chelsea again Brentford. I think was a similar game, but only Liverpool, because after many years working together, more mature and more confident, they were waiting the opportunity, to score, and then on the end they won the game. And for us, I think playing better than Liverpool against Brentford, we didn't get what we deserve, but that is about to compete better, to be more mature, and to have more time together.
Seb, PLP.
Hi, Mauricio.
Hi.
There has been criticism recently about the amount of goals Chelsea was scoring in games, and then you score 4 against Manchester City. Do you feel like opponents will look at Chelsea differently going forward?
I don't see how they are going to see us. I don't know. The most important is our balance and to be consistent in the way that we think. Even if before to score 8 goals, before Tottenham and Chelsea, we think in some direction, in some way, I think we need to keep in the same way. I think we cannot change every day in our thought. I think important is to assess after a period, and of course, when you win games, the perception is different than when you lose, and of course the opponent always take you in a different way. But I don't know how they are going to see us, but I think the most important is that we are more confident, and now we need to more a great opportunity to confirm, that we are in a good way. But we need to understand that we are going to face a team that is really strong, that the atmosphere is going to be tough, and it's a team that is building now to compete in Champions League. That is our aim for the next season for us. That is why I think it's going to be tough, and we need to be ready to compete and fight in every single ball.
Christopher Nkunku is back on the training ground.
On the training ground was always was on the training ground.
He played in the pre-season tour, but things have changed a lot since then. Could you tell us a bit more about where you're working in terms of the areas he might be able to play?
But still, we look, the last week in few training sessions, only in few was involved. Still, it's not full recovery to be part of the tactical session. Or now he's about to recover from his knee, his injury.
Could you see him when he does come back?
No, I think he's a player. I think we talk a lot. I think he's a fantastic player that was the top scorer in the Bundesliga last season, and he can play in different positions. The quality is amazing, and yes, he's an experienced player. Yes, it's really bad luck, to lose him from the beginning of the season, and to have the possibility for him to help the team, but step by step, I think we are going to find the best way for him to fit on the team, and of course, now he's going to find massive competition, because I think all the teammates are ahead of him, because it's in the last 4 months they were competing, and he need again to build his form and be in his best level, and then to compete with players that are competing is a big disadvantage for him.
Finally, Eddie Howe said you were a great manager and that you've improved Chelsea a lot. Have you got anything to say about Eddie Howe?
No, Eddie always. I think when we arrived to Southampton, he was in Bournemouth, and I think doing a great job in Bournemouth. I think he's a great manager for sure. He's one of the best coaches in England, and of course he deserves his presence. And then we need to remember that he arrived to Newcastle when was on the bottom of the table, and look where Newcastle is. It's because I think he deserves full credit. The organization, of course, is Dan Ashwood, is Darren Neal, that we know very well that they are doing a fantastic job. But I think Eddie is a great coach. He's young, still young, but with experience, and I think for me he's one of the best talent, the most talented manager or coaches on England and in Europe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
BBC.
Hello.
There's been lots of questions about Mauricio, Christopher Nkunku. Supporters are excited to see him as well. Is there a case that expectations may be too high and you'll have to protect him a little bit as he hasn't played in the Premier League yet?
If I need to protect him,
Just from that expectation, people are going to expect so much from
yeah,
him.
okay. You're in Chelsea, and always the expectation is maximum. But yes, we need to understand that it came from an injury that always is going to. He need time. He's going to need to be patient with him and to maybe start to compete, play, and discover again the competition. And then it's not a competition that he was normally used to play, and he can recover the feelings from last season or the season before. He's a player that came from yes, I can say Europe, and from the Bundesliga, and he needs now not only to recover from his injury, if not to know the league, know the atmosphere, the culture, and different things that, of course, he's going to fit and to settle quick, but always he's going to have time, to perform in his best.
And Reece James didn't join up with England, the club decision, because of his fitness levels. How has he been over the last couple of weeks, and is he fit enough now to play 90 minutes?
We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. No, but he's doing well. He's in a very good level. I think he's improving every day. We are so happy with him, and yes, hope that he can cope with the demand of 90 minutes, and we'll see tomorrow if he can cope with that. Oh, now one player that he's going to play.
And then tomorrow, another match against a Champions League side. As you mentioned, your team has shown their best performances against the teams at the top of the league. How pleased are you with the progress that they've managed to make against those bigger teams?
Yes, for me, it's tough because I think you perform really well against big teams, and then we struggle. That is why in the last 2 weeks we were talking with the player now today about to find why and how we can provide the tool to improve our performance with teams that maybe people consider it that is not in our level, or less level than us. And I think that is, yes, it's a good point to work in this. But that I think is all the things that before explained is more mental than tactical or physical. And I think it's a mix of many factors. But the most important is to realize and to be clever in the way that we assess the things, and then to give the tool to the team to perform in different way.
Okay, last two in this section, Rahman and then Simon to finish.
Hi, Mauricio.
Hi.
Can I ask you about Cole Palmer? He's coming from Manchester City. He's playing well at Chelsea. Gone to England, made his debut. As a manager, how do you keep him grounded and keep him at the same level or move him to a higher level?
Maybe you read my mind, because we were talking in the last few weeks about how we need to keep our player in their best. I think he's trying to push them every day to try to be outside of the comfortable zone. It's not to, after to perform a few games well, sometimes because it's human being, I think it's to, that maybe to say, to find this comfortable zone that make you to go down. And I think that is our responsibility now, to push him always, every day, in the uncomfortable zone. Keep improving, always with exigence and being tough with the players. No, but I think you say, no, in Manchester City, that is why we signed him, because we really believe in him. But Manchester City won the Premier League, won the Champions League, and never easy when you compete with big player also. Maybe for us in this project it's easier for him to give the possibility to play, that we cannot be unfair with Manchester City. And of course I think to keep pushing him and all the players to try to every day to give their best.
Okay, last question, Simon.
In
Kaiser.
Just a quick one on Wesley Fofana, just to follow that up. How long do you expect him?
I don't know. I don't know.
It could be after next year.
Yes, I think so.
And just quickly to follow up, Lewis Hall, he's not eligible to play against you tomorrow, but how difficult decision was that for the club to sell him? Did you try and convince him to stay? It seemed like he'd signed a new deal, and what happened there?
No, I think he's for me it was a player that, you know, with the condition to play here, but in the same time was, you know, too many players in that position that were ahead of him, and of course with the possibility to move to Newcastle, I think the player and the club, I think, took the best decision for both sides. But that is, you know, is what that happened, you know, in summer. But he's unlucky that he cannot play, but I think he have good future and hope that he can, you know, settle well there and play all that he wants.